Hello and welcome back to my channel. We are going to talk about sweet potato slips. It is time to start sweet potato slips so that we can plant sweet potatoes in our 2023 garden. Let's get started. Sweet potatoes are very different from traditional potatoes for mashing, baking, roasting. Sweet potatoes are different. You don't plant the potato and that potato clones itself into additional potatoes. Doesn't work that way for sweet potatoes. For sweet potatoes, you take your sweet potato and you get these little green slips off of them. You root those slips, and those slips will produce your tubers. So today I'm going to show you two different methods of how to get those slips for your sweet potatoes. Here's the first method. We are now going to get ready to start our sweet potato slips. Sweet potatoes are not like regular potatoes. You don't put the potato in the ground and it grows an eye and that eye produces more potatoes. For sweet potatoes, what you actually do is take a slip, so a sweet potato plant, and then that plant becomes your sweet potato for the upcoming year. And typically I buy my sweet potato slips, my sweet potato plants or starts from one of the, local reputable companies. But this year I'm going to try to grow my own, and it appears to be pretty simple. So there's a couple different methods to do that. I am going to try by putting the sweet potatoes in dirt, and the slips should come up off of these sweet potatoes. I'll cut the slips off, put them in water so that I can get roots off of them. That way it's a little more hands off. So that's going to be the plan for the day. So these are sweet potatoes from 2022 that I grew. And I'm going to be honest with you, I don't remember what brand they are, but just looking at the skins, I can tell that I have at least two different types of sweet potatoes. If I can find what they were, I'll put it up here so that you can see them. I think that is Beauregard and Covington, but I need to double check. So let me put them in the dirt. It's going to be so easy. And we're just going to set them in. We're going to water it like we're watering a plant. And the sweet potato slips, the greenery will start shooting up off of these. And I'll just clip those off, put them in water and root them. Same process. And these potatoes were on the small side, so I thought they were perfect to use to create some slips. And that's it. The sweet potatoes have been started. All I need to do is water them in, and we will keep track of these along with all of my other updates weekly. So you'll be able to see those slips as they start to come in on the sweet potatoes. At the time of that video, which was in February, I wasn't sure if that method was going to work. So I held off on making this video. About 3 or 4 weeks in, I started to see slips. So here are some pictures of the sweet potatoes with the slips on them over the last 2 or 3 weeks. I am starting slips for sweet potatoes from last year, and I have little leaves coming up, so you'll probably hear about those in a separate video very soon. I just wanted to give you an update a week later. So this is March 17th and how the sweet potatoes are doing. Let me bring you in close so you can actually see what I'm talking about. You see how these plants are growing off of the side of this sweet potato here. When they get just a little taller, I'm going to clip them off and put them in a glass of water, a container of water, so I can put roots on the ends of those clippings, and that's what I'll use in the garden. At the time of making that video, I said, I'm only going to use this one style. I'm not going to use the second style that I'm aware of for starting your sweet potato slips, but I changed my mind. Here's that recording. I decided to go ahead and try a second type of process to get sweet potato slips. So this particular process requires me to put the sweet potatoes into a cup of water. Again, I have some very tiny sweet potatoes from last year's garden. You can see here I've already taken toothpicks, put the two together, set them in the cup. So I'm going to show you how I did that. They're so small and so skinny. I don't know if this process is going to work, but I figured I'd give it a try because they're too small for me to do anything with. So I'm going to do this and there's no loss. You will need toothpicks, sweet potatoes, and hopefully yours are bigger than mine, and some kind of container to put them in. So since I'm going to try to put 3 in 1 cup, I'm going to have to put them together. And I just broke that one. Hopefully this works. All right, so I have the 3 together. And now I need to get these to fit in the cup. So let me push them on the toothpick just a little farther. All 3 are fitting now. So then I need it to be able to stand up on the cup. This is an experiment. We already know the other process works. So let's see if we can grow them this way as well. If I did this wrong, it's okay. There's no loss because the other process is working. So I have 3 standing up in the cup. I have 2 standing up in that cup there. These 2 are a little larger, so this will probably work better than this. But I have them standing up in the cups. I'm going to add some water. So it covers them about halfway. I'm going to actually fill the cup up almost to the top. Same thing for this cup. Let me get some more water. The only thing I need to do now is put them in a windowsill. This is actually a south-facing windowsill. It just happens to be about 7 o'clock at night. But if this was while the sun was still up, very warm sun rays will come in this window here and it will hit these 2 cups and hopefully it will start us some slips. Let's see how this process works. Those sweet potatoes in those 2 cups at the time of the making of this video have only been in place for a day or so. So don't expect to see any growth on them yet, but I will show them as part of my weekly updates so you can see how they're doing. It's only been a few days and you can see that this sweet potato is already starting to get some roots on it. Those little bitty roots are going to eventually give us slips. But as you can see, there is a nice bright sun coming in this window. It's 4 o'clock in the afternoon and the sun is on the correct side of the house. So this is a nice warm evening sun. If you've ever bought a sweet potato slip from one of your local companies, you're usually paying about $25 for about 10, 15 slips or more. I'm basing this off of last year and the years before, when I've gone to their websites and you'll get, a handful of slips for $25 plus. If I can do that off of last year's harvest and not have to pay a penny, it's definitely a cost savings for me. And honestly, my slips look better than anything that I've ever received in the mail. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. More videos are coming. I will continue to talk about my journey and the things that I'm doing in my garden. If you like this video, I have links to some other videos here. Just click on those links. It'll take you to other videos that I have. Have a great day. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.